granniopteryx, granniopteryx. She knows the truth, she's linking every link.
Hello. So at first this looks like an attack by some students on a professor at a university. He happens to be an Israeli. And they found out that, as most Israeli men have to serve time in the IDF, so did he, and they've picked on this as a way of getting at him. I actually don't hold out much hope for his job, and certainly his classes are going to be rendered toxic by these people, and that's bad enough for him. But actually, this is something even worse, because it's a symptom of how the Muslim world is one of the points of attack that the Muslim world is conducting on the Western world. Obviously, this sort of thing makes life difficult for Jews, not Israelis, because if all the Israelis went, it would be Jews. After that, the Jews who'd gone on holiday to Israel, or who had relatives who went on holiday, or relatives who lived there, or on the grounds that at some time or another a Jewish person might have contributed to some Israeli charity in some way. I mean, it wouldn't stop with him, an Israeli professor. And at the same time, it's making life difficult for students, because it's depriving them of good teachers. Obviously, any educational establishment should want the best they can afford, and if that Israeli professor is sacked, then whoever replaces him would be a second choice. And as with the first point, this would end up getting extended to other professors. To start with just the Jewish ones, but after that to any non-Jewish ones who might have at some time expressed sympathy for Israel or for Jews. In this way, those who have no love for this country will, bit by bit, ensure that the standards of education here drop to the same levels as the standards of education in most of the Muslim world. And that's not going to be good for any of us. Okay, well, I'm granniopteryx. Please like this video, please share it, please subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, check you still have a subscription to the channel. They keep being paired off in some way by YouTube. And if you want to contribute financially, all the links are in the description, wherever it is, on whatever browser you're using. Okay, let's get on with this pretty nasty story. Israeli academic branded terrorist by pro-Palestine students. City University students call for Michael Ben Gad to be sacked over his IDF service from 1982 to 1985. An Israeli academic has been branded a terrorist. The students called for Michael Ben Gad, a professor of economics, to be sacked for serving in the Israel Defense Forces. It says here the State of Israel requires every male citizen over the age of 18 who's Jewish, Druze or Circassian to serve a minimum of 32 months, while women are expected to serve for a minimum of 24 months. Now, to my surprise, the academics didn't actually roll over and, put their paws in the air. There were some who were quick to defend their colleague. They're next on the list, of course, after him, accusing campaigners of vile anti-Semitic harassment, which is actually what it is. City Action for Palestine has demanded the termination of the professor's contract, an apology to the community, and to consider such fundamental matters when hiring in future. And that's what I'm talking about. In other words, they are expecting the City University to filter out qualified people who might be Jewish. Basically, I mean, that's really what it amounts to. And this is going to decrease the level of excellence for the university. And of course, once they've got one university doing it, that will apply to other universities as well. He's worked at City University since 2008. He was head of department from 2010 to 2013. Now, you don't get to be head of department at a university unless you have the broad support of the department itself. So he's obviously a capable fellow and probably relatively popular as well. But we will not be silenced, says the Palestine Action Campaign. We will not allow evil to roam free of our campus. No, they are the evil. They are anti-education. They are, well, anti-Semitic. They're racists. And they are very bad for education. The group highlights the professor's time studying at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Oh, what a terrible thing, as cause for concern, as well as his time working as an economist at the Bank of Israel. I'll bet he was a real economist rather than than our fake economist that we have as a Chancellor of the Exchequer over here. And this is what they say. This is his qualifications. He got his PhD in the University of Chicago, apparently. So here you see BA Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Okay, so he studied in occupied territories. The Hebrew University of Jerusalem is not in occupied territories, but, well, yeah, there you are. And then they say here 6 years working in a genocidal society, 2 years as an economist, also another 2 years in a genocidal society, and military service. You see, so that they've actually listed the things they don't like about him. Alice Sullivan, Professor of Sociology at UCL. That's a real surprise. A sociology professor who's actually coming down on the side of an Israeli. Good grief. She has said she stood in solidarity with the professor. Good on you, Miss Sullivan. Oh, Professor Sullivan, sorry. She says the anti-Semitic harassment he's being subjected to is horrifying. I hesitate to amplify it, but British academics need to understand what is happening. And yet we all need to understand what is happening. He is being sacked because he's an Israeli Jew who's done mandatory military service in the country of his birth. Abhishek Saha, Professor of Maths at Queen Mary University, described the petition as vile targeted harassment on the basis of national origin and religion. But you have to realise it's not the anti-Semitism that's the problem. It's the fight against education that's the problem. Yeah, that's the thing. This is not, I mean, he is the, where are we? He is the bullseye, but he is not the whole target. He is not the whole target. The whole target is education. It doesn't bode well for British education at all. All right, till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.